What's up, ladies? Welcome back. I'm going to need you to get in here with a couple of your girlfriends because today we're going to be talking about cliques. That's right. I said it, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Cliques are when small groups of people with shared interests, etc., spend time together and do not really allow others to join. And that is what we excel at as women. Am I right? In life, we're either seeking to include or exclude. And we as women have a black belt at creating and maintaining cliques. So we need to talk about it. All right, let's start with elementary school. Elementary school, we had our little groups that we played with. We could be super catty. You may not get to jump rope with us. You might dress like one of your other friends, but you don't let the other friend in on the new thing you're into. Monday, it's all good and you're playing together. And by Friday, you're elbowed out of the popular kids. Does that sound familiar? So a lot of that happens from a very young age with women, okay? And we know that groups that play together stay together. And when you're no longer part of that group, you are an official outsider and it doesn't feel good. So we are watching these cliques form at a very young age and we are seeing the benefits of being part of a collective and that acceptance from a larger group from a very early age. Sometimes you don't even know why you've been excluded. It's just that the gatekeeper of your little clique made an executive decision to keep you out. And every time you go to try to rejoin your clique, you said, can I play jump rope with you guys today? It's a no. You're written off because the gatekeeper said so. It's usually the queen bee, but it sends a message early on that we want to be accepted. And this turns into us as adult women seeking out forms of validation by inclusion. So let's get into the grown-up cliques. And this conversation is so necessary, by the way, because, after a certain age, it's really not productive to stay within a really small circle and not allow yourself to grow and interact with other people. So let's get into the it girls. Okay, first up, sororities. That is an example of exclusion at its finest. There are embedded rituals and initiation rites that you're exposed to with the other people that have been chosen to be part of your sorority. And I think it really serves to let the members know that they've been chosen, that they are special, and that the bond that you form as part of that sorority with your sorors, it supersedes all sisterhood bonds. Even if those sorority ties fray over time, the same intent is there. That intent to include and by default exclude. If you are not in that sorority, you are not a sister. And I think for some people, they need that validation to feel special and they use it, almost weaponize it against other women. Instead of being inclusive, it's a way to exclude women, even at a later age. So I'll give you my take on it as far as sororities are concerned. So when I was in my 20s, I literally gagged at the notion of twisting myself into a pretzel to be accepted by anyone. I was really big on, and still am, big on freedom and individuality. And that always took precedence for me. And I felt like to join a sorority, it would be diluting that part of me. I would be conceding something. There was some kind of concession happening. And it was so unappealing to me. And I also saw it as an antiquated form of validation. I didn't buy into the theory that I have to be part of a sorority just to feel special because I already thought I was special. So that's my take. But I'm not knocking anyone that's part of one, but I can tell you that I see it as an impediment to true connection sometimes. When you have these groups, these collective groups of women that only really connect with one another, it's just not, to me, it's not growth. And then there's another clique, the mother of all cliques, and that is the mommy clique. Now, the mommy clique is crazy because this clique runs deep at a time when you are super vulnerable, when you have young children and you're trying to do everything right and you're running around looking for tips, and you'll have like a queen bee mommy that extends key invites to some mothers in the class and snubs others. You know you've seen her. You've seen it. You've seen it 1,000 times. And it starts off innocently with some type of coffee date after back to school night. And then it progresses and the group gains steam. And then these coffee dates become exclusive. And if you are a mother that doesn't have time to be at every event because she's working, oh, you're in trouble because these cliques go into overdrive. And the collateral damage is often your children end up being excluded because the moms are so tight that only their kids play together. It's really sad because I think whether you're a stay-at-home mother or you're a working mother or a single mother or a married mother, we all are mothers and we have so much more in common than we realize if we will just be open to people who are doing life differently. So my thing is that we need to start thinking as women, forget about all the cliques and think about forming a universal sisterhood that's based on commonalities. No matter your race, religion, lifestyle, whatever, we have so much more in common than we believe. A true sisterhood. I mean, imagine that. Let's try fostering a community of support for one another and appreciation for different perspectives and walks in life. I'll tell you a story. I was at a business meeting and it was my first business meeting with a company. I think it was in Dallas, Texas. And I was at this meeting and I was so excited to see other women, to network. And I basically would come up and say hello. And then I would get like sort of brushed off. It just really stuck with me because, why do we as women treat each other so coldly for no reason at all? It's just not okay. So it's important to acknowledge our commonalities because that makes us stronger and step out of our comfort zones because they just keep us stuck. When you stay clicked up with a small group of women, it keeps your universe small. Now, of course, you're going to hang out with people that you have more in common with, but there's so much more to learn from other people, regardless of how much time you spend with them. So I have 3 empowerment moves for you in the spirit of creating a true sisterhood that is not based on cliques. Okay, number 1, find commonalities. I promise you, you will. Number 2, celebrate sisterhood. We are all women. We are all going through some of the same things and we all have some different things going on in our lives. But bottom line is we can learn from each other. And number 3, definitely give some grace during motherhood because we are all going without sleep. So tread lightly, okay? And on that note, it's time for girl. It's time to leave. Girl, it's time to leave when he doesn't treat your children well. Let me tell you, when someone treats your child badly, it's 20 times worse than if they're treating you badly. So girl, get your keys because it is time to leave. All right, guys, meet me right back here next week. And don't forget to hit that follow button and leave a review. And tell all your friends because the single girls just got the mic.